Well, I've made an enormous mess. I had a day yesterday where everything just kind of felt horribly too heavy and insurmountable with the world and everything else going on. And I came out here to just kind of be alone and work on some computer stuff and said, screw it. This room is making me unhappy and I can't stand it for another second. So I started at one side and started cleaning, and by the end of the day, I was so frustrated and so surrounded by stuff that I didn't know what to do with it anymore. I'd kind of made a big fat mess on one side, and then trying to clean that up, I made a big fat mess on the other side, and then I started to do too much, and then I wanted to rearrange the furniture, and really all I wanted to do at the end of the day was just drink an entire bottle of wine with a straw. So, today's a new day, and we're working on it. So, I will, shamefully post my photographs of the mess and then the photographs of what I hope look like they've been cleaned, organized, and unfortunately not rearranging the furniture because I have finite space, and what I want to do means I would need a 30 by 30 foot warehouse.
So today we're
not what I have.
With this
So
bead wrap on the right hand side.
Without further ado,
things are falling off.
Here we go.
I will save some of the other studio mess pictures for another video and do things in pieces. But here I am trying to fill it out. We put 2 extra shelves in, which with this type of rack means you have to take the entire thing apart and then undo all the fixtures and rearrange. So all the boxes went on the floor, everything got a good wipe, and it took almost the entirety of an afternoon to figure it out and put it all back together. So the beauty of video is you can do it in a minute.
So I still have a mess. You can see my desk is still full, but I'm slowly but surely gaining some ground. I took this shelf apart. Let me back up so you can see the whole thing. Maybe, maybe not. I took it apart and I added 2 shelves because it wasn't working the way that it was. The boxes were too many on top of each other, and I couldn't pull them out to easily bead or work on them. So I rearranged, so I've only got a couple of boxes per shelf. So these have little feet on them, but they easily come out. I bought a lot of boxes at IKEA. I started with the bottom, and I still have a lot of mess down here, so don't panic. But these are fabulous. These are little boxes. They have little lids on them. The stuff on the bottom shelf are things that I don't use as much as the rest. And then the next shelf up, of course, is all things that I do use more often, and then more often all the charm jewelry. And then I made an extra shelf for all of my made items. So all of these burlap bins are all stuff that I take with me, and I have one small cache of stuff inside a jewelry bag. Here's some more charms, all done by category. I have a little workspace, some other items, and I can move these bins around. I got these from IKEA too. I haven't decided what I'm using these for yet, but they hook right on and they're fabulous. As well as this little thing used to sit on a bar but I took it off and I just put it on hooks as an organizational tool. I moved all of my pearl collection, my findings. This is kind of a bin of miscellany. And then you can see in the back there I have all the pearls that actually can be, like I said, these are not permanent yet because I'm not completely positive what I'm going to stick in them. But I can access all the pearls from the side. So extra boxes for designing down there. Swarovski crystal, and again, all organized by color and bin. I like these. I didn't start out with this kind of bin, but I love them because I can see everything that's in them. I started out with this kind of bin, which I like also, but they're not as clear, so the color doesn't ring as true. But I have them, and I spent money on them, so I'm not going to replace them all. Just as I get new things, I'll put clear containers together instead of this type. And then various beads from all my favorite girls that I buy from. The top shelf is kind of supplies, all kinds of pins for all my display work, some extra little bowls that I use for things, extra trays, glitter, my little rhinestone caddy. I made room for my Dremel in all of its lovely pieces. I have a backup in crystals and pearls. All my earring displays up in the cigar boxes, which a friend of mine gloriously keeps for me. They're all the same size, and they work famously for whatever you want to stick in them, because they're all, thank God they're all the same size. They fit perfectly together. So that's that. So I have made some headroom, some organizational, what's the word I'm looking for? Headwind? I don't know. I'm starting to get to a point, because I've been organizing today, that I am lost. I have to do it in segments, or I can't do it anymore, because I get confused and overwhelmed, and then it's just ridiculous. So, you know, that's what happens when you do this for any period of time, and I've been at this for a period of years. So that is the bead shelf tour.